Okay, so we're going to make cyanotypes today. So a cyanotype is a photographic print process using blue shades. The chemicals are less light sensitive than other processes, so we can do this outside of the darkroom and have some light on. We're going to be putting the chemicals on in the darkroom, but we don't have to have the red light on while we're doing this because it is less light sensitive, but you still don't want a lot of light getting to it before you're ready to print. Okay, so here's an example of a picture of a cat, and here's the negative. We can print any out. We need our chemicals, so chemical part A and B. If you want to see the directions, you can pause here and read through those. But we will have a mixture made, so it's just equal parts. So I'm just going to make a little bit amount because a little goes a long way. If someone else already has some made, you are welcome to use theirs. So we're going to take part A, make sure that you're looking down at the line to make sure that it's even. Okay, then you'll pour in part B, and then we'll just mix them together. Again, you just want to make sure that you have equal amounts of it. And we are working with chemicals, so you need to make sure that you're working carefully with these. These ones are non-toxic and less sensitive, but still, while working with chemicals, we want to be working carefully. Okay, so once you have that, you're just going to paint it on the paper and see that it has this green color at first. It'll end up showing up blue, but right now it should look like a nice green color. You can paint the chemicals all the way to the edges. You could leave a little bit of a border. It's really up to you, whatever your preference is. And then we are going to put it in a container so that there's no light getting to it while it's drying. If too much light gets to it before it's dry, then when we're trying to print something on it, it might have too much light exposure and you won't really be able to see your image. Okay, so you're going to want to have your negative or your objects, whatever you want it to print on there, and you want to work quickly with this process. You have a little bit of time to work, but not as but you don't have forever. Like, depending on the light, it depends on how long it needs to be exposed. But see how it's already starting to turn a blue color? Once it gets completely blue, then you're going to take it in the sink to rinse it. You can arrange the pieces however you want. The negatives need a lot less time than the plants or thicker objects because the light gets through it a lot quicker. We can always do a test strip to see how it works before. Okay, so you can move a leaf off to the side and see if it has a print. Now see, if you look really close at that, you could see the leaf, how it was still a little bit more pigmented underneath it. See, you can see them there. So now we're going to take it inside and rinse them off. So you'll start to see your image appear, and then it'll develop more as it dries. So you want to make sure all those chemicals are off of there. So when you are done, it'll end up turning like a nice blue, like the picture of this cat. Here's an example that I made while I was in college. So you could use a mixture of the negatives and objects as a combination as well. So go ahead, find the materials that you want to print, and we'll meet in the darkroom to start painting the chemicals on there.